Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, what's it got to do with me?
Nothing, sir. Settle down. Get back to your meeting.
Meeting? I said a meeting.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Jay, how are you, my friend?
Quite well, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I see you're theme dressing today.
I'm not theme dressing.
Oh, well, with the Jud Heathcote news, it makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah, okay. I'll take that.
A little bit
Michigan
of theme
State
dressing.
T-shirt.
Sure. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. A lot going on in the world.
Dressing for a death?
Oh, yeah.
You can do that.
Sure,
I
you
guess why
can.
not, huh?
Just remembering
Theme dress?
Judd.
Theme dress for anything. Yeah, we'll
That's
get to poor Judd in a little bit. A lot going on. I'm tired of the hurricane. I don't know what to say. I know it sounds bad, but I'm tired of the hurricane. Like, what else can you say? You know,
It's very wet there.
it's very, very wet.
Continues to be wet.
I feel like we're close, man. The way it's been raining the last couple days here. I mean, I had to take Bear home yesterday because Beth couldn't get out of her parking lot at work. It was flooded.
Really?
Side roads were flooded. Yeah, I got
Oh,
an
my.
alert on my phone. I felt like we were in Houston.
Is everybody okay?
I think so. At least I hope everyone's going to make it and be through. But we've gotten some updates. We've got your elderly, that picture you brought in yesterday, that old folks home.
Poor ladies.
They're doing great.
Good.
They're doing good. They were rescued. And thanks to social media. A lot of people are getting saved because of social media. Because they can't get through to 911. So they're just like, help! I'm an old asshole and I need your help.
Can you imagine how ultra pruned they must be? I mean, sit me in some water for a bathtub for an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. My toes are just pruned to hell. And
Just wrinkled.
look at a 90-year-old. Wow.
Yeah. There's no hope for them. That's not going to look good. But anyway, it's still going on. They're starting to like open up everywhere they can for people to come in and all that. We've got the Lively Point Youth Center in Irving, Texas, has now become a shelter for evacuees.
What about Joel Osteen's church?
Yeah, he's catching.
He was
some
taking some
shit,
heat, dude. This guy's one of these mega pastors. Christian
Yeah.
pastor, has like a 16 or 17,000 seat church.
16-8.
Yeah, 16.8. There you go. And this thing, and people are tweeting pictures of it. Like, I don't know, it looks pretty passable to me.
Well, he sent out a tweet and was just like, I just want to send out thoughts and
prayers
to everybody. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck your thoughts and prayers, bro. How about you open up that stadium you got over there in Houston? And he was trying to say, like,
no.
there was some weather issues. And so people started driving by it, acting like, it's submerged in water. We can't open the doors. And people are driving by just like, here's the front entrance, here's the side entrance, here's the back entrance. And it's like, it's a little light drizzle. Could totally get in there. And so then I think it was this morning or last night, he was like, we're now opening the doors to collect diapers and stuff like that for the
Don't
kids.
come in and mess up our carpet.
Yeah.
Dude's a $50 million net worth.
I know. It's insane. And the fact that I think finally today he said, well, yes, we're opening the doors. We're getting some air mattresses in here to help it. But it was like, dude, it hits.
Look at that place. That's a normal church service, like a normal Sunday, right?
Yeah. I guess he's got like
cow.
7 million viewers a week or something like that. You know, and people are like, yeah, dude, real nice. You'll take everybody's last fucking dime, begging them for money at your church service. But when it actually, you know,
what's more basic? Like, like taking in, like churches should be taking in people and helping them in need, right?
yeah, it's kind of the point, isn't it? In a lot of respects, to help the less fortunate.
Not putting on a stadium production every weekend.
Yeah, with high-def cameras everywhere and the whole thing. I think his wife's involved with him and stuff.
Yeah.
And
she's as big a star as him.
yeah, and it's just funny. It's because you can just picture him like, oh, man, those people have been soaking in water for 3 days. I don't want
to track it in.
I mean, they haven't showered. They don't even have power. Why would I want them in here? It's going to stink in here. Can't we just, like, collect diapers at the door or something without getting these gross Houstonians all over this place making a mess?
Riff-raff.
You saw what that riff-raff did in New Orleans, in Nolans? They practically ruined that stadium themselves.
Superdome, man.
Yeah. Remember how gross the Superdome was?
Yeah, there were dead bodies and stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, dead bodies. And they didn't have, I don't think they had plumbing or running water.
Yeah, I think Brian Williams saw a couple dead bodies float by, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you might be right. But so people were just like it went back to their most basic human behaviors. It was just like, yeah, we're just shitting on the floor now. Yeah, we're just
Lord
shitting
of the
on the
flies,
floor.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, people were really hammering this Joel Osteen dude hard. And, well, it looks like he's turning it around. I guess better late than never. And then we've got, let's see, the emergency management coordinator said they're planning for the shelters to run long-term evacuees, and those working the shelters have all been vetted through criminal background checks. Like, okay, well, what if you find some guy that's a criminal? What do you turn him away at the door? Like, I don't know how that. What does that mean even?
Well, it's a better step than just allowing all these refugees to come into camps. Remember that we read stories about Germany and all that, where these guys were just fingering people indiscriminately. I think they're trying to avoid that.
Really? They're trying to
That's
avoid.
what it sounds like.
Yeah, but so they're saying like foreigners.
I know how you feel about criminals. You have a very soft heart
No,
for
I
criminals.
don't. No, I don't.
Gosh, man, the guy probably just sold some acid at a concert. Let him in. Let him sleep on a dry floor, for God's sakes.
No, I just picture them like running a background check, and it's like, oh well, you got 3 DUIs. That counts as a felony. Get out of here, you. And it's like, oh man, and then
there's
some guy's just like
consequences.
wading through the water.
Consequences for our actions, Mike. Here's one of them. Maybe
Yeah.
unforeseen, but
Even in
consequence.
your absolute time of need. Out with you! Be gone, criminal! Beat it, criminal! Guy's just wading through waist-deep water. Oh man, yeah, give you time to think about what you did.
Find
sir.
a new shelter.
We are. Trump tweeted out, "We are one American family. We hurt together. We struggle together, and believe me, we endure together. We are one
Is he
family."
still coming down today? I heard he was coming down.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. They've had pictures of Air Force One on the tarmac like all day. We're waiting for President Trump to depart with Melania, and so yeah, I guess they're flying out today.
So that half the country can immediately criticize him, and half can laud him for going down there. And
He's just in the way.
Yeah.
He's just in the way. He doesn't care about Texonians or Houstonians or Dallasonians. Just wants to be in the way for his picture.
I've already seen people tweeting, "He's just coming down there for his photo op." You know that, right? That's all he cares about is the photo op.
Yeah, that's what they all do.
if he doesn't go, he doesn't care. That would
I
be
mean-
the story.
And let's be honest, even for the photo op, you have to be seen like grabbing like a 24-pack of water out of the back
That's
of a
a
truck.
great point, or a sandbag, something.
Yeah, exactly. And
Got,
so it's
just
like,
rolling up our sleeves, helping
Dude.
where we can.
I love that when it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh no, this
The
is
short
serious
collar
shit.
comes undone.
Hold on, someone hold this tie. I gotta get this up.
That's right.
Thing unbuttoned, roll up
Off
these
goes
sleeves.
the Navy blazer.
And then there's just a line of like Joe Biden and Obama
Yeah.
like handing each other cases of water. It's like, okay, big help down there.
What a great man.
And they all do it. It's not. I'm not bragging on Biden or Obama. George Bush would do the same, and I'm sure Trump will too. Mr. President, we need to get some good photos of you helping the needy. Kiss a baby if you can. Gross. I don't want to kiss a baby. Not that one. It hasn't showered in days. So we've got Greg Abbott, a Texas. He's the governor. A Texas-sized storm requires a Texas-sized response, and that is exactly what this state will provide.
Texas is something.
Texas loves the fact that it's known as big.
Yeah.
Our belt buckles are big as shit. Our 10-gallon hats are big as shit. Our land is big as shit. And when we got a big storm, we will provide big services. So that's what we do in Texas. But they kind of do. They're kind of badass in that respect. Yeah, thousands are without homes. About 100,000 have lost power. I would think more than that.
Oh God, yeah.
Does that do
100,000? We have 100,000 on a windy day here. It
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking.
seems. That's got to be a misprint. 100 million? Seriously, that's insane.
Yeah, if it said a million, I would
Yeah.
go, okay. You know,
Right.
if you're just talking about the Houston area, some are without, some aren't. 11 people are feared dead now. FEMA estimates that 30,000 will be in need of shelter by the time the storm passes. There's already an estimated $40 billion in damage. They estimate more than 450,000 people are likely to seek federal aid. I keep wondering, like, where are the tigers at? Are there going to be tigers on the loose?
Tigers.
Yeah.
Like from the zoos?
No, from people's private collections. Like people in
I
Texas,
didn't think about that.
they say that there are more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are in the rest of the world. That's not a joke. Look it up.
Extinction my ass.
Joe-
Got one right here.
Joe Rogan mentioned this on one of his stand-up specials, his last stand-up specials. He's like, I repeat, there are more tigers in captivity in private homes in Texas than there are tigers in the rest of the world.
Wow, man.
Bing it. Bing it.
Well, tigers can swim pretty good, I understand.
But we keep seeing the alligators and the fish. It's
Yeah.
like, where are them tigers at? I know Houstonians would have some, right?
Probably sitting in trees somewhere, ready to pounce, getting hungry.
They've got relief funds launched, and now it's a race to see which celebrity can go out on Twitter the most.
Yeah.
And go, come on, man. And then tag, like, Justin Timberlake and P. Diddy and everybody.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's do it. Kevin Hart.
Texas Strong.
Yeah, Texas Strong is one of those that's going around, too. I don't know if you were joking, but that is an actual hashtag.
Sort of was joking.
Yeah, of course it is. Texas Strong. Or maybe it's Houston Strong. Kevin Hart, who's arguably, there's a few guys. You got Russell Peters, Kevin Hart. These are guys that globally tour and do stadium tours. They're making boatloads of money, more than you can imagine. Movies. Kevin Hart's in tons of movies. He's like, it's about time we started putting our money where our mouth was and started I am officially donating $25,000 to the relief. And it's like, wait a minute, 25 million or 25,000? What are you talking about? 25,000, dude.
Didn't your accountants tell you it's just a tax break for you, dude? Give $1 million.
That's
Give
almost
$2 million.
embarrassing in my
it is.
opinion. You know
It
what I mean? Like
is.
25,000, dude. You make that in a day.
It's
What
like
are you
us
talking
giving
about?
$10 or something.
I think it's worse than that. Like $10, you could go, fuck, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change what place I go to dinner tonight now because of $10. Like 25 grand to him, you could steal that out of his wallet and he wouldn't even know.
Isa, speaking of celebrities in Texas responding to the storm, do we have anything from a certain Instagram account?
Yeah, we have.
Are you suggesting Bugatti Casino may have made comment?
I am indeed, Mike.
He is in Dallas. Well, Dallas is doing all right, right?
Yeah, but he's got to know some Houstonians, right?
Can we just for one time play the old Bugatti Casino just to refresh everybody's memory?
Let me just
Yeah, just to set the table. Lucky
Whitehead.
was
Yeah.
a former receiver with the Dallas Cowboys. He had his dog stolen.
Yeah.
As strange as that seems. One Bugatti Casino, a young rapper from the Dallas area, was fingered for this crime.
Absolutely.
Gross, I know. But he
Wrongly.
he went to social media to explain his side of things.
And he did explain it well. Him and his buddy. You ain't fucked that white bitch good enough.
That's the basic response, suggesting that Mr. Whitehead did not fuck his white bitch good enough, and that she herself did something with the dog.
She took the dog and sold it to a fine gentleman, Bugatti Casino himself, and then Lucky Whitehead was going, someone stole my dog and now they're holding it for ransom. And so thank God we had Bugatti Casino on the scene to set the record straight. Go ahead, E.
Say, man, nigga ain't took no dog, bro. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? His ex-bitch brought a nigga the dog. Hey, you talking about, nigga? I ain't stole no motherfucking dog, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Fuck you talking about? He know what's going on. Tell him to ask that bitch, nigga. Nigga, this what I'm saying, nigga. If I pay my motherfucking money for the dog, I don't want this dog, nigga. I figured out who dog it was, nigga. I'm telling him to get my motherfucking money back for the dog, nigga. I don't want that motherfucking dog, nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't stole no goddamn dog. How stupid y'all think? Y'all think I'ma steal a motherfucking dog and post it? Nigga, stop playing, nigga. I never
comes
one
his
time
buddy.
I stole no dog. Fuck you talking about, nigga. I ain't stole no motherfucking dog, nigga.
He can't fuck that white bitch good enough.
Yeah, my mama, nigga, stop playing. Nigga ain't stole no
Good point,
motherfucking
sir.
dog.
That dog, nigga.
Fuck you talking about.
Yeah.
You know goddamn well that white hoe brought you that dog, nigga.
Okay. So in a time of need like this, a time of need and desperation where Houstonians are suffering a natural
Absolutely.
disaster, who better to speak than Mr. Bugatti Casino on the subject?
Go ahead, E.
Hey, man, Bugatti Casino, Hood Fang, Gucci Gang, know what the fuck going on, man. Shout out to goddamn everybody in Houston, man. It's fucked up, man. It's crazy. I supposed to been out there for yesterday, man. I said all my love and my concerns out there, man. Shout out to all my real niggas, man. Y'all just stay prayed up out there. Goddamn me, keep faith in God, man. Everything gonna be all right, man. Nah, for real, man. Hood Fang, Gucci Gang, man. You know what I'm saying? Love all the way from Fort Worth, Texas, man. Wow. Hey, man, Bugatti Casino.
Well
Hood-
said,
Well
sir.
put, man. Well put.
It's fucked up, man. It's crazy. Stay prayed out there.
Yeah, stay prayed up. And I agree with him. I mean, I think that's basically what Joel Osteen was trying to say. And had he said it with, the eloquence of a young Bugatti Casino. And
Mr. Casino, a God-fearing man.
Yeah, the same one here. Wait a minute. Yeah, the same one that has.
Joel Osteen. Y'all
Where
niggas
is it?
need to stay prayed up out there and shit. I'm sending my thoughts and prayers to y'all down there in
Where
Houston.
did it? Just keep. Sorry, I wanted to show you this. No, where was it?
Do we have any more? Yeah, I want some
Yeah.
more Bugatti Casino. Is there more?
There was one I found a little bit ago, and I'm trying to find it. Where he was drinking some sort of adult beverage. Appears with possibly a gun. Where was it?
What mixes better, though, honestly, with alcohol than a loaded firearm? I mean, can you think of anything that goes better with alcohol than a loaded firearm? I can't.
No.
This isn't that one, but I mean, again, you know.
This is who's sending thoughts and prayers to
Sip,
Houston.
drink, and laugh at that stupid ass fuck. Fuck 'em. Curry kill them all. Katie kill them all.
Making some kind of concoction,
Yeah.
Kill them bitches.
pouring something into a water bottle.
Some sort of...
Kill them.
What?
Fuck 'em. What are you talking about?
Why does he want to kill bitches all the time?
That's
He
what I
seems
do.
like such a nice guy, too, you know?
What a post to make. Him pouring, obviously, some shit alcohol into a water bottle.
Yeah, that looked like Syrup.
Yeah,
You know, one of those,
definitely.
like NyQuil and...
Looked thick.
Yeah, it did. Didn't look delicious. And he's like, he appears to be in the room by himself, just kind of mumbling, fuck him! Kill them,
Yeah,
bitches!
he's got a tripod working or what, man?
Oh, I love him. We should send him over to the old folks' home. Couldn't he just make their day if he walked into the old folks' home where those people were half submerged? Do you imagine? Hi, y'all, it's Bugatti Casino here. Want to get y'all prayed up and shit.
What to make of him?
Did you see the updated photo of them, by the way?
No.
Go ahead and do your read. We'll pull it up.
Okay. August is almost over, and sadly, our friends at Zot Ford and Holly haven't sold enough vehicles. They need your help now until Thursday, September 7th. This great deal has been extended 48 hours. Zot Ford has some super summer closeouts way too hot to pass up. 1, lease a new 17 Ford Taurus for just $127 a month. 2, lease a new 17 Ford Edge for just $176 a month. 3, Zot Ford will pay you $500 more for your trade-in, period. Surf their dogmatic deals and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Hold on, E.
Oh.
So we've got the photo that you brought in yesterday. That was the stranded senior citizens. I believe their roof had blown off their place, which didn't help. You know, it was not a good thing for them. They didn't need that. Most of them were suffering from dementia. They were stuck in floodwaters up to their waists. The owner's daughter of the place.
I would say nipple high, but man, with that sort of saggage, it's not.
Yeah.
It is probably more waist high. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because you're right. Yeah, I guess waist high. That one's sitting in a chair. It's hard to judge with a handbrake. So anyway, the owners of the funeral, or not funeral home, but the old folks home.
Same thing.
Same difference, yeah. The daughter and son-in-law, Kim and Tim McIntosh, are the ones that went to Twitter because they couldn't get there. And so they had photos, and they're like, shit. And so they sent it out on Twitter. We were desperate to get someone there, and given we couldn't get through to anybody, I felt no one was listening. Their tweet almost immediately went viral as shit, and they were rescued within just a couple hours. Henrietta Bell, 94.
Perfect.
I mean, Henrietta Bell, really?
Of course you're 94.
She was trapped in the house. So was Gertrude. There was a Gertrude there and a Henrietta. Fucking brilliant. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
I'm feeling a little tired. I'm glad to be here. I want to go in and sit down and put my feet up and get something to eat.
That's what Henrietta said. God bless you, Henrietta. I feel like that all day, too.
I'm just tired and I want to lay down and put my feet up and get something to eat.
Other stranded residents took care of a sick 95-year-old neighbor while waiting for help.
We've been out here since 7 o'clock.
Gervasia said.
I haven't eaten. He hasn't eaten. He's diabetic, so they gave him the last crackers. They gave him the last 4 crackers. I haven't eaten all day, and I take medication along with him.
So folks from the photo that went viral decided to take their own pictures showing they're safely riding out the rest of the storm. Now they're in Alvin, Texas, and they're safe as can be. But here they are.
There they are.
Yep,
huh?
look at us.
Sitting in dry clothes.
Look at us.
Yeah, that's more like it, man. That's how they ought to be. That was a really sad picture, that last one.
You know, do we have a pair of twins here who are like on the outs or something, not sitting next to each other?
No, they're not twins.
You don't think so?
No,
Look at
they're
those
just old
faces.
white ladies.
Yeah.
I think they're ladies. I mean,
I think
as,
so.
as
By the way, there's
designated by their sweaters and floral tops, they're white ladies.
Yeah, they certainly are.
There's a few here that are happy, but there's a few that
this one here is
yeah.
angry as
She's
shit.
still pissed. She's still pruned
Yeah.
from the other day. She's still mad about it.
what am I?
waist up to my titties in water.
Goddamn son put me in that home. God damn him.
God damn, it's
Is-
bad enough I get rescued by a Negro. Now I'm put back here in this home.
Look at all their nice new slipper socks, though.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
great.
I was just gonna say they've all got those blue slipper
Yeah,
socks.
that's good to see.
Is that lady in the green part of the ladies or?
No, that's an aide.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say she looks like she's in a wheelchair though, doesn't she?
No, I think she's
how
sitting
could
on a
you aid-
piano.
How
a
could you aid
piano bench.
anyone in a wheelchair? E? That's
I know. I was
Yeah.
suggesting that she was a really young lady in the. Never
Someone should have done one of those like over here
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this one. She's like looking off in left field.
Like did a flash or something,
Yeah.
quick strobe light.
Or like they do with dogs when they've got like a toy on a string and they just wave it. Oh, eyes up here, eyes up here. There's always one kid. Remember in your school, like soccer team photo at the end of the year when you were younger?
Looking off to the side.
There's always one asshole like, huh?
Yeah, or kicking the ground or something.
I was that asshole one year, I got to admit. It was a rain-soaked day. We were soaking wet. And
Oh, your short muscles probably hurt.
well, I was in the position of being on my knee in the front because I was always the smallest. So you had twin towers and shit in the back, and then I always had to be down front.
Yeah.
And I had my hand on the soccer ball, and I'm looking way over there for some reason. God only knows why. I'm the only
Somebody
one.
yelled,
I'm the only one on the team looking directly to the right.
squirrel, something.
Something got my attention.
Dude,
yeah.
you misspoke earlier when you said funeral home, but has anybody thought of that, like making a nursing home / funeral home? It only seems obvious.
Boy, oh
and
boy.
practical.
You know,
I wouldn't want to.
I think maybe there'd be a marketing problem there, perhaps, but God, does that seem efficient, doesn't it?
well, you
Just
could-
kind of
you
move them
could
into
have-
the next wing, move them into the west wing once they're done in the east.
Yeah, but couldn't you? I could see the marketing slogans and shit. You know, we'll take care of you for the rest of your
During
life.
and death.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Yeah, we've got you through life and death,
Yeah.
or into the after. We'll personally see you into the afterlife. You know what I mean? Da-da-da-da. And they got some violins and harps playing harps.
Keep you alive as long as we can, but
Yeah.
when you die,
You're already here. It's not like now you got to be on a fucking gurney and a table.
it's got to be a cost save to the son and daughter
Huge.
who did this to you, right?
Boy,
Because they don't
this-
have to move the body and everything.
Yeah. This seems like a brilliant idea, man. Is this one of those where, we make this happen and then it's like, why didn't I see it? It was right there the whole time.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah, some listeners out there is going, aha!
Oh,
I'm gonna move on this.
genius. Yeah, it's kind of like when they first put Taco Bell in a gas station parking lot. You know what
There
I
you
mean? It
go.
was just like it just makes
Subway
sense.
inside the gas stations.
Yeah. Tim Hortons at the gas station. You're just like, oh,
A one-stop
of course.
shop.
Of course, it makes perfect sense. We should look into that. I bet someone's done that.
Yeah.
I bet someone has done
They
that.
have crematorium services like right out the back door.
What if there was a way to like do that, let everyone else know, but just keep it out of the old fuck's ears?
Yeah, you
'Cause
know
that
who
might
would know
creep
is
them
Gary, the
out.
dead body expert. He used to own a crematorium.
Yeah.
So I bet he knows the industry.
God, that's creepy as shit.
Gary, let us know.
Wouldn't it be funny if the reason it isn't there though is because of some like union or some the crematorium people are just like they don't want to share. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's got to be a marketing issue. Like that's really grim.
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine those, because there's always
Oh,
a
it would be
handful
grim
of
as
them, 'cause
hell.
As you know, I worked in an old folks' home, and there
Can
was
we
always
clarify? This was for like 2 weeks.
no, it was
Mike,
longer than that.
Mike.
No, it was longer than that. It was. I remember Lola was my girl.
Yeah, Lola was your girl. You
Lola
talked to her
was
once.
my girl.
The first time you had to clean up shit off a wall, you quit. Mike.
Well, yeah, but that dude, the guy had like explosive. I don't even know how it got on the ceiling. It did though, and he's just sitting there like, oh man. Well,
When was this? And Jay is right. How long was it?
It was not a long time, dude. I know your work history, dude.
Yeah.
I know it.
I worked at Jeans for quite a while.
Yeah, and then you and Troy went and worked at this place after Buy Sense, Save Sense, Make Sense.
Yeah,
And it couldn't have
flopped.
been more than a month, Mike.
Did Troy work with me there?
Yeah.
The
old folks home?
I don't think so. We didn't work the same shift.
Oh,
I don't
Miguel.
think then.
You and Troy
because
were
Troy
like
and I worked at
a coffee shop.
Yeah, we did that. We also worked at the where we were raising the little babies. Remember, we worked at the nursery care place, the
Yes.
daycare center. Little Jordan. Oh, I
God,
love
red
Jordan.
flags didn't go off. You two walking in.
I know. Can you
Honestly,
believe
that
that?
Well, this
couldn't
was the
happen today.
80s.
That
I mean,
couldn't happen
right?
today.
Like
Yeah, this would have been.
two guys.
Yeah.
What was it? 18-year-old
Two dudes with mullets walk in.
Yeah, and we used to eat the kids' food and stuff. Like they bring in,
Little fruit snacks and stuff.
Dude, they would have the fruit snacks
Yeah,
and the
delicious.
golden fit or the goldfish.
Yeah.
The what are they? Cheddar fish or whatever those
Yep.
things are. Oh, and it
Goldfish.
was like, well, you don't need that much. You're only like 8 pounds. Well, here's one for you, 80 for me.
Throw on
How did you leave
Dora.
that job? How did that job end?
Troy started fucking the woman's daughter.
Yeah.
That
That's
owned the
usually what
place.
happened with Troy.
Yeah, there was a lot of times where it was like, well, my dick got in somewhere it didn't belong, and now here we are looking for a new job.
Let's
again.
clarify. None of the kids.
No.
The daughter was an adult daughter.
Neither of us lost jobs for banging a child at the daycare center or an old woman at the nursery home. Let's be crystal clear about that. But yeah,
There's always some chick in between, though.
I actually liked the Farmington Hills Inn because it was I liked hanging out with the old people. I did, like, come on, Henrietta, let's go. It's time for snacks, and then we're having dance lessons today. And
I don't know, Mike. I feel like you're overstating this. I think there was a month period where you were between jobs. You had to take this, and the first poop that happened, you were out of there. Didn't like old people that much.
No, it was not the first poop, because there was tons of accidents. Tons. But it was the one that covered the walls. Yeah. It's like he didn't even try. He was thumbing his nose at me.
It's game-changing.
Like, no, Carl, I'm not. No. You splashing on the ceiling, I'll get you a ladder, sir, and you clean it yourself.
That's a statement being made, either to you, other aides, or the son who put him in there.
I'm serious right now. How does that happen? Like, that would have to involve a throw, right? You're a monkey at that point.
It's a jart toss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird. Okay, maybe I wasn't there for like 3 years, but I had a great time there, and there were a few people that were just like, what you think of as stereotypical, like, grumpy old man. And those guys, I could see them if they knew that it was connected to a funeral home, just like walking in there all the time. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
No, it's not time yet. Go back to your room. Next day comes Sunday. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Just laying on a gurney. Just put me in the fire.
Has anyone seen Carl? We haven't seen him for a couple hours. Check the funeral home. He's always in there. He's just laying in a casket. I'm ready. I'm ready now. He's laying on the tray that they push into the burner.
He's playing dead again.
Come on, Larry, let's go. It's time for square dance lessons. They would do square dancing.
I know. Do you remember doing square dancing as part of gym class?
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, it was part of like a state mandated course. Gym had to do X, Y, and Z. You had to go down the checklist and hit, okay, they ran, they climbed, they tumbled. Remember tumbling? And then
tumbling?
Yeah, tumbling, like somersaults and shit. And
I don't remember having to do that.
Jumping over the pommel horse and all that crap.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
But dance was obviously a box they had to check.
Yeah.
So Mr. Wind would pull out the record player, he'd throw in some damn thing, and then you'd have to like hold hands with a girl in third grade. It was brutal.
It sucked that you'd have to do that. Grab your partner round and round and lock your arms and spin around. Oh,
dude, you're better off just embracing it and going for it. Going all out. Because I realized that in later years, like, just get into it. Just have some fun with this.
Dude, how much fun would you have, like, knowing what you know now, if you could go back as a wee you and start at first grade and just dominate with confidence?
Yeah.
Just knowing what you know, like, none of these people mean shit to me.
That's it.
In
a lot of
years.
that is lack of confidence.
Oh, totally it is.
Where you're just like, oh my God, what are you going to think of me?
The amount of times I didn't ask a girl out for absolute blinding fear that she would go, no, or ask a girl to a dance or dance. Remember the wallflowers on either side of the room? And then there was always one.
Or when you dance, the Frankenstein dance,
Yeah.
Hands on the hip.
You know what we're talking about, right?
No.
Dude, nowadays you'd grab them and just grind them all over your quad.
Dude, that'd be like grabbing a third grader and doing that. It's
but you're a third grader too.
Okay, that's true. So if you're a third grader, you can grind on a third grader.
I think
so too. They probably grab you and pull you apart, but you went for it. There's, kudos for that. 7th, 8th grade, those weird dances. Remember those things?
Yes.
But there was always like one confidence dude in the middle that was going for it. You
and then all the girls doing like the Molly Ringwald dance.
Yeah.
Just 80s dance.
Yeah, I gotta give anything to go back there and have confidence then, and just dominate.
Game-changing.
Did you see this picture that's gone viral as shit? The one of
yes,
the cop that is so exhausted from helping the people in Houston, and boy, that picture on the right, was that guy meant to be a cop?
Oh, absolutely. You've got the beautiful mustache.
He didn't have a choice, did he?
You have zero sideburn. No choice. You're exactly right. That man was born to be a cop.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine when that baby came out, maybe it wasn't as thick, but the outline for the mustache was built in.
As soon as that picture was taken, he put back on his reflective Oakleys.
Yeah, totally, and his hat.
Yeah,
fucking hat going. But God, look at how tired that guy is. Just like collapsed. I'm sure you guys have seen this picture going around. It's a Texas sheriff's deputy sleeping on the floor after working long hours to help the victims in Houston. It shows he's part of the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Bob Gorlitz, Sheriff Gorlitz. Perfect. Appears to be rescue equipment all over him. This deputy worked through the night doing high water rescues, worked until he couldn't stand anymore. This man and hundreds more just like him are out there saving Texans. Much respect, sir.
Yeah, he's sleeping sitting up. He's not lying down, which is what's striking about the photo.
Yeah. God, those guys, man. Those guys that are just like jump in first.
Protecting and serving.
Oh,
God bless you.
Some good people out there, man. There you go. He's got the picture up if you're watching us on
leaning on some
YouTube.
Kingsford.
I was just going to say, it's some Kingsford charcoal briquettes right there.
Just lean up against a wall and some Kingsford and get up a couple winks.
Truth be told, this is probably how he sleeps at home. You know what I mean? Full uniform, gun on his hip, with some Kingsford. It's like, what? Why is this a big deal? I've been sleeping like this for 32 years now. Never know when duty's going to call. You got to run out the door. Be on the ready. Be on your toes. Officer Bob. Dude, we haven't talked much about North Korea in the last couple weeks. Kind of simmered down a little bit.
Un seemed to have blunk.
Yeah, he blunk. You're talking about a couple weeks ago. He blunk when
I think he blunk.
He blunk when he backed down about Guam, right?
Yes.
He did blunk. How else can you say it? Like, they were toe to toe.
He either
Fire
blunk.
and fury. Death to other Americans.
Yeah. He either overtly blunk or he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He wasn't as ready as people thought he was.
Yeah. We threw the sanctions and the fire and fury and he, death to everybody. And then he blunk. There's no other way to put it. Well, he's not blunking anymore, dude. He fired a missile yesterday.
Over Japan, right?
Over Japan. Like, they're sending the warnings out in Japanese, like to shelter in, find some low
Look out! Look out!
Look out! Heads up, everybody! Incoming!
And I guess it broke apart into some pieces and then, splashed in the water. Trump said that he had received Kim Jong-un's message loud and clear. Message served. The world has received North Korea's latest message loud and clear. This regime has signaled its contempt for its neighbors, for all members of the United States, and for minimum standards of acceptable international behavior. Doesn't sound like something Trump wrote, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So anyway, threatening and destabilizing actions only increase the North Korean regime's isolation in the region and among all nations of the world. All options are now on the table. So, we're ramping it back up again. I guess Seoul dropped like eight Mark 84 bombs with 4 F-15 fighter jets, like along North Korea's border, like taking out some shit. They were hot. Oh, the Japs were, the
Koreans.
The South Koreans were hot. If North Korea threatens the security of the South Korean people and the South Korean-U.S. alliance and their nuclear weapons and missiles, our air forces will exterminate the leadership of North Korea with our strong strike capabilities, Colonel Cuck-No warned. Oof. You're going to put up with their behavior? Cuck-No! Cuck-No, I'm not! Sure as my name is Colonel Cuck-No! That's Cuck-No. We are fully ready for any threat from the North and will make unwavering efforts to protect the lives of our people and the security of our nation. The rocket launched by North Korea, as it said, broke into 3 pieces and landed in the Pacific Ocean. How long, here's a question for you, how long did it take for the missile launch to travel 1,700 miles?
Mike, I have no idea. I have no context with which to comment at all intelligently on this.
Great minds think alike. That was going to be my answer as well. That's a great response. That
so
was
your response was you don't know?
Basically.
That's correct.
Yeah, those are 2 great
no fucking idea.
That was the answer I was actually looking for, because that's the answer I would have had, too.
35 minutes.
35 minutes. E, how slow is your dumb missile?
God,
even your retarded.
dumb-
Even your missile is retarded. It's meandering over here and there. It's wobbling through the air. E's missile's tumbling ass over apple cart. 8 minutes, E.
Okay.
8
God,
minutes.
E.
35
Stupid.
minutes. Just catch it with a baseball mitt, E. Shit. He's throwing knuckleballs. His missiles are knuckleballs.
45 mile an hour, knuckling over the plate.
So yeah, it's 1,700 miles in 8 minutes. North Korea's UN ambassador has blamed the U.S. Now that the U.S. has openly declared its hostile intention towards the Democratic People's Republic of Korea by waging aggressive joint military exercises, despite repeated warnings, my country has every reason to respond with tough countermeasures as an exercise of its right to self-defense. And the U.S.
Bag up.
And the U.S. should be wholly responsible for the catastrophic consequences it will entail.
Oh, you're all angry now.
He's all pissed off now. China has responded to the missile launch with a call for restraint from all sides. Just take it easy, everybody. And one of the guys is like, I was woken by a missile alert on my cell phone. He's an office worker there. I didn't feel prepared at all. Even if we get these alerts, there's nowhere to run.
It's not like we have a basement or a bomb shelter. All we can do is get away from a window.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Missile's
It's like,
coming. Just start praying. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do? Would you like start hauling ass down the street? Or would you just like stand in the middle of the room?
Well, it's sort of like the tree falling, though, right? You don't want to run into its path.
Yeah, true.
You want to look up, locate, step to the side. But
Yeah.
until you look up and locate, what are you going to do with a missile?
Yeah.
China also said, the situation is now at a tipping point, approaching a crisis. At this time, there is an opportunity to reopen peace talks.
At the same time, there is one.
We hope rare event is a hard word for me to say. We hope rare event parties can consider how we can de-escalate the situation on the peninsula.
Relevant parties.
Thank you.
And realize
Realize is not an easy one either.
peace and stability on the peninsula.
I don't know what he said there.
Until that son of a bitch is taken out, clearly this is just going to be an ongoing issue.
Well, I like the idea of South Korea going, all right, fuckface, one more word out of you, and we're going to obliterate you and your whole fucking team. All right, now we're talking. If we get South, they're way closer than we are. They might even know the passcode to get into the gates. Hopefully. It'd be nice.
Hey, not to change the subject, but I'm changing the subject. E, did you explain on air fully the guy who hit on you in New York? I don't think you did. I think we left off
We never
last
did get
week.
to that.
E?
No, we never did get to
Care
that.
to share?
E, floor, yours.
So I'm a hotel, had a hotel bar, or a rooftop bar, and I was done with that. I'm going down the elevator, and I was trying to decide to go to my room or just go to the bar. There's two people in the elevator with me, and
Two dudes,
and they realized
Are they good-looking guys or
I don't know.
homely-looking guys? I mean, just
I
give
mean,
me a
not-
description.
I don't know. They were average, I guess. Two average-looking guys. So they realized that I had this like weird thing, and they're like, "Whoa, don't you know where you're going?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I was going to my room or the bars. I'm in town for just one night. I don't really know what." And they're like,
Oh boy, they
What-
sensed it at that point.
Yeah, they're smelling it.
What are you in town?
Lost homo on
right,
his own.
Right. What are you in town for?
An unsure
I
homo
said I
on his
was-
own.
Whatever. And I said I was, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, they're like, well, where are you planning to go? I'm like, I don't know. Wherever. I'm just going to walk out and start walking to bars. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, if you want to come with us, you can. And I was like, well, I don't have anyone to go with. So I
Did
went
you
with-
come with them? I mean, they told you their intentions right out of the gate. If you want to come with us, you can. And you're like,
Yeah,
hell
that's,
yeah,
I
I'd
didn't
love
think.
to.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that. Anyway, so then I don't know. I didn't have anything to do, so I'm just figuring out start bar hopping with these guys, I guess.
What were their names?
Did
you ever ask them their names? Be honest. Did you?
They told me their names,
Okay.
and I don't remember them.
Okay.
Were
that's
they
fine.
full names?
No.
So
I don't
it wasn't
remember.
like a Robert instead of a Bob
Or
or
a Philip and a Jonathan?
yeah.
I honestly don't remember.
Like
now
if
that
it was a
I'm thinking
Jonathan and a Philip, you would know. If it was Phil and John,
Right.
whatever. But
about it. I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
Can't remember.
So you
So
follow them to
but
one
here's-
bar?
Just some bar by the hotel where I was at. I guess it was kind of a dive.
Are you now going to have a New York alley hooker story?
No, well, so the thing is, my reasoning that I believe this guy was hitting on me is that it was me and these two guys, and we're getting some drinks, and I'm telling them what I'm in New York for, and I work on this podcast, and they're like, anyway, anything I said that was remotely either, I guess, interesting to him or funny to him, he started like, oh, and like laughing and like touching me.
Petting.
oh wow.
Like reaching across and like I don't know, must be feeling comfortable doing it to Mike personally.
yeah,
but, like,
don't do that. Please.
But like
do
this,
not do that.
just
sir.
kind of like touching me on the shoulder and like
you know
So
those
you-
people that are laughy, ha ha ha.
I
and-
still got to get past the part where you said something remotely funny or interesting.
yeah.
Well,
I wonder
Did
about
that?
too.
That happened?
Some people think that I'm funny, believe it or not.
Okay, so
Like,
then the guy
I know it's
touched
crazy.
you? Moving on to
Oh, yeah.
part B.
But he
the guy
would be
who
like,
touched you?
well, he would like
Go demonstrate on Jay.
No, that's okay. Demonstrate on the computer monitor in front of you.
I don't know, just kind of like, well, here.
Grab the Star-Bellied Sneech.
Yeah,
There you go. Point to where the bad man touched you.
Turn it over, E. Turn it over.
Turn it over.
No.
Show us the first place the bad man touched you.
So say this was me sitting at the table at the bar, like, and he was across from me. He would just be like, oh, like or whatever.
Oh,
like,
man,
and
like
start,
upper arm and just
Yes,
stroke
like,
downward?
kind of like touched my, and I'd just be like, and then like one time, I think he went for my hand at one time too, because he was kind of across the table and he, like, kind of.
What was his buddy doing when he was doing this to you?
Well, his buddy was
Did he look jealous?
his buddy was
Did
a
you
little.
see him dropping pills in your drink?
I couldn't quite tell. His buddy, I guess, was a little more, not as he was
Hetero?
a foreigner, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think he'd been in the country like, I'm not saying it's been just like 2 months or anything, because we were talking about Michigan at one point, and I was like talking about the peninsula, and he didn't understand what a peninsula was, like in English. Like,
What was he?
So, I don't remember. But
Accent? Was he Mexican? Was he
no,
German?
no,
Dark
not
skin?
German, not Mexican.
Dark skin?
Was he European?
Maybe,
Was he
maybe
South
like
American.
like no.
Was he
Antarctica?
Was he TCG-ish?
I don't know. Maybe like a Spain or something.
Gotcha.
Ah, Spaniard.
French, something, and I don't know, something.
French Spaniard.
Spain,
Sure.
France, whatever.
I don't know. Not. Well, I'm saying not
European.
some
Got
level
it.
of European, and he didn't quite know the language good enough. But yeah, he just kept like. So then we like. I don't know. He did it several times.
Was your
like,
gaydar up?
I was. He mentioned he had a. You know, the funny thing is, I will say at one point he mentioned he was in a relationship, but I don't think that really matters for some of these people.
Some of these people.
And,
Yeah, the gays don't tend to be in monogamous relationships, right?
and,
Is that what you're saying,
then we
basically?
then we went to another bar, and it was the same thing where he just kept like, I don't know, dude. He
So
just
you're
kept,
you're contending he kept saying interesting, funny things, and he kept touching you?
Yeah, something about this isn't
I know,
believable.
it's not adding
well,
up.
when somebody's into something, we all know
It's
people.
not
That,
adding
I
up.
understand, but when people are, when people are in, like, guys will laugh at girls all the time that aren't funny. And
So
shit
if
like
you
that.
said,
like,
if he said, anyone need a drink, and you went, I'd love a drink, would he laugh and then touch your arm then? Is that, are you getting credit for a funny thing right there? I'll have one too.
I don't remember, dude. I'm telling you, like, I remember just talking about the podcast, even just being like, yeah, it's awesome. I'm in New York right now, because then he'd be like, oh, that's amazing, or something like that,
Oh.
and just like anything that I did
So that wasn't very funny, though, but he would touch you there.
He
So it wasn't
decided it was
just
interesting.
humorous things or interesting things you said.
well, I don't know what he.
Okay.
Did he ever go to the knee?
No.
Upper thigh.
But it looked like there was a time when I think he tried to grab my hand, and I didn't.
And
didn't
what
know
was your reaction?
I didn't know what to do. I just kind of like.
Did you slap it and go, oh, it's our first date?
No, I kind of just pulled it away and then we went to another bar, and I think my thinking is at the second bar, after the drink, we got another drink and some fries, and then eventually he was like, well, I think this is where we're gonna part ways for the evening. And
Wait, you said that or he said
he
that?
said it to me.
Oh, wow.
And I think, personally, my thought is if I had been playing along more, that the
receptive.
evening would not have ended there. That's just my thought.
So what do you think would have gotten it done?
I mean,
if you would have
mildly,
A
like
touchback.
a touchback, or a.
Did you guys have a light embrace before you left? Any sort of hug, kiss on the cheek, mouth, balls?
Show us on
any-
the sneech.
No, not
Yeah,
really.
show us on the
Honestly,
sneeze.
here's how. No, we didn't. That's
Just
the
a ball cup?
Because what happened
Nothing?
was, is I got up to go to the bathroom, and then that's when he
followed
said.
you into the
And then he
stall?
said,
He'd
"Bye."
stand in the urinal right next to you. That's what happened. He stood in the next door urinal.
Yeah.
He saw what he's operating with, and that's when he's like,
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
not
to take
enough.
off.
Yeah, I've got that at home. Plus a couple inches.
I sat there and I said, "Well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom," and then he just kind of goes, "Well, I think we're gonna part ways now," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I go to the bathroom and I go back to say goodbye, and they're just, I don't know, and I'm just like, "Well,
They're
see
gone.
ya," and they were still there, but I was just like, "Oh, see ya," and I just walked out and I went to another bar, but.
By yourself?
Well, yeah, by myself, but
Yeah.
I mean, but my feeling is personally, if I had been more receptive or more kind
He'd
of
have
like,
banged you up the ass.
For sure.
yes, that's my thought. I think that he was, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just a touchy-feely
Touchy-feely
guy. But it was definitely, I didn't ask whether he had a boyfriend or he had a girlfriend, but I would be very shocked if he had a girlfriend.
What would you have said when you were like, I got to go to the bathroom really quick? If he said, oh, do you mind if I follow you in and suck your dick really quick? I love sucking dicks.
Oh, I'm not gonna,
How would you have reacted to that, E?
dude, I
You
would
put
have
yourself
like,
in these
no-
situations.
I
I mean, this
understand.
could
I
have
probably would have been
definitely
like,
happened.
I would have said, no offense or anything. Like,
I'm going to keep my eyes closed and pretend you're someone else.
No, I'm like, I'm flattered, but
Not today.
I'm not
Yeah.
into it. I'm not.
Probably
I'm
hard
into
to get.
girls.
I got you. You don't want to look like a whore, dude. I get you. I got you.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. My thought is, I mean, I'm not trying to make it up. I just think that he was definitely hitting on me.
Yeah, this guy must have been perplexed. He heard the voice.
Yeah.
He saw him. He's probably like, fresh meat. It's easy. This
Yeah.
one's gay for sure. Mm-hmm. And then to be
he's alone.
rebuffed.
Yeah.
Odd.
I know. You know what?
He
I
didn't
was
think he was
actually.
going to have to work that hard. He wouldn't have been rebuffed in the end, but he didn't plan to work that hard.
You know what's
Um,
funny?
how
And
many
he had
times-
the Spaniard. He had the Spaniard sitting there. So
Yeah,
it's like,
he-
I don't need
he
to
had a-
work on this.
Yeah, he figured at that point, a three-way would have been nice, but,
Whatever.
handle it with Ramon just fine.
Yeah, they did make a reference, by the way, that they were originally after this bar. I think they were going to some rooftop bar, and they definitely referenced like that it was right by this other dude because the other guy was like house sitting in Manhattan. He normally lives in like I think it was Bronx or Queens, I forget which one. and he was house sitting an apartment in Manhattan right by this rooftop bar, and they definitely referenced that they looked like that's where they wanted to go for the night. I don't think they were done for the night. I just think that
They were done with you.
Yes, I think they were done with me, but I don't think they were done for the night. I don't think they were like, we're going to bed.
Oh,
I will say this. I went to another bar after that, and then I ended up talking to this chick for a little bit. And I've looked back on it.
Got her number? Let's call her.
I actually do have her
Okay,
card.
let's call her.
It's
Is
in
she a
the
black
fucking-
chick?
It's in the car, I think. We can
Okay,
call her
on
up
the break.
Was she a black chick?
No, white.
Wow, that's new.
And I will say, like, in my mind, I saw her at the bar. I didn't say hi to her originally. She had a Tigers hat on, so I was like, oh, go Tigers. Long story, whatever. Then we left, and that bar was closing. It was 2
Turns
a.m.
out she was just a Tom Selleck fan.
Yeah.
Huge.
Her
Magnum PI.
parents are from Detroit originally or whatever. Anyway, but we leave. That bar is closing, and I reference that I'm going to another bar, and she was into EDM mildly or something like this, and she was there with her boss.
Like 10 years ago.
She was in like.
Oh yeah, I used to be into that.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
That was
whatever.
cool.
Anyway, I've thought about it a few times since, and I've been mad at myself that I wasn't like, dude, I know I'm going to a place that's open till 4. I wish I would have. I didn't even ask, like, well, why don't you come out? Why don't you come with me? Let's go. I'll buy you some drinks at this next bar or something if you come out. And I didn't. And I guess in my mind, I was just so self-conscious, assuming like, well, if she wanted to continue on, I'm talking about how I'm going somewhere. She would just say that. I forget. I don't realize sometimes. Like, I need to be definitely need to be more aggressive. Like, even so, what if she says no? I wish I would have just at least been like, hey, I'm going somewhere else. I know you're not working.
Yeah, at least fully close the loop on that thing.
Right. It really the next day. It did eat at me. I just wish I would at least said it and be like, I'll buy some drinks. Come to another bar. And I didn't. I mean, we left
It's kind
fine,
of a post-conflict post that he's got going on in his
does,
own head.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know.
I should have said that.
Sounds like it.
I know. Anyway, well,
Was she hot? How old was she?
I don't
Was she a fat
know
ass or-
exactly. I thought she was she seemed attractive to me, I guess. I don't
Like,
know.
if you had to put a
She's
number
from
on her.
L.A. Well, Mike, I don't think we do that. We don't rate women 1 to 10, do we?
Somewhere between a 6 and an 8.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I would say maybe a high 6, low 7, low 7. I'm not going to go with an 8.
So basically, you're saying if she looks really good, it's because of she's done something, makeup, hair, really, really well tonight, or slutty outfit.
You know what? I shouldn't have
She's
just
more
said
like a
that because if
frumpy
you guys
6.
call her and she picks up, now you're gonna instantly go to.
So
that.
you're a 6,
I'm gonna
huh?
say you're.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're gonna lie.
What is a
lied.
6? A C minus or a D plus?
60%.
Yeah. It's a
Okay,
D.
you know what? I'd say
It's a D.
7. What about? I'll say a 7.
Well, yeah. Now that you've thought about it some more, but the reality is, you said what she was. Which
Well,
is
it's at a
strong,
high
You
6.
said a strong D. Fine, give her a D plus. In the break, let's grab her number. E. Do you remember her name?
No,
That's good.
Perfect. Hey,
not her
you.
business.
lady.
it's not her business
Do you
card.
remember a weirdo you met in a bar?
Oh yeah. Say no more. I got it. Yeah, Eric. I think his name
Actually,
was.
you know what?
Yes,
I
remember.
actually have her number. Now that I
Greasy
think about it, I
plume,
do
yes.
have her number because we texted at one point. I texted her.
Did it end with "Do not text this number again"?
No.
Hey, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 29 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverages: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent at 734-455-1900. Get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900.
Breaking news, Jay.
What do we got?
Trump is in Texas now.
Okay.
He's on the ground.
Wow,
He's
good.
landed in Corpus Christi for briefings and meetings. Just wanted to keep everyone up to speed.
Thank
I
God.
know you were worried about that, Jay. Did you find her number, E?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't like that I don't know her name, so I'd rather get the business card and then.
What did you put it in there as?
Just a number. I just
Girl I
texted
met
her.
at bar with tiger hat. Looked like Tom
We can
Selleck.
figure out her name, E.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to call it from your number or from Jay's?
Oh, yeah. I guess it should be from mine, huh?
I reckon it should.
You want to call her right now, Jay?
Yes. Hey, you, lady.
Don't worry. We'll figure it out her name for
if
you.
she's back in L.A., this one might be iffy because she lives in L.A. actually.
Okay.
Number will still work.
They get up in L.A. too.
I actually told her we might call her at one point, but
You've reached Brianna's cell phone. Leave your name.
Brianna.
Brianna.
Called, and
Does that
I'll be
ring a
back to
bell?
you as soon as I
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye.
She sounds cute.
It's a nice name.
Hey, Brianna, it's Mike and Jay from the Detroit cast. We've got our boy Eric here. I believe he met you in New York last week. And just wanted to say hi and maybe talk to you for a minute. Maybe we'll try you back. All right. Brianna E., why don't you right now go to that, hit the button at the very, very top, and
Make
write
it a
Brianna,
contact.
New York.
I don't know how to spell Brianna.
Do your best.
Okay.
Phonetically, whatever you do.
Yeah. So you see the Lions locked up?
They did lock up Matt Stafford, 5 years, right?
Yeah, 35 million.
I believe that's right, about 27 mil a year.
Any problem with that?
You know, what are you going to do? That's the market.
Yeah.
I guess the other argument is, oh, okay, you let him go and you try to find a cheaper quarterback option and you use the money elsewhere because obviously we're in a salary cap environment. We can't just, lock down an enormous amount of salary cap on one guy. But
we're in a quarterback league.
We're in a quarterback
It's just
league.
A huge quarterback league.
The guys put up numbers that are unreal. You know, the counter to that is, oh, he hasn't won the big game. And it is kind of weird to look at games against winning teams and how poorly his record is. But at the same time, it's a team game. So how do you put it all on him?
Yeah, it is a weird dynamic.
You kind of go around and around with it. It's like if you're going to give all this money to the guy, well, that guy better be good enough to take you over the hump in those big. He better be a game changer.
Yeah.
He better be a guy that changes things and puts you on a different level. At the same time, it's a team game, and how does one guy?
He doesn't. One guy cannot. Here's what I think when you see Matthew Stafford, and it's easy to look at his. I think his all-time record is 51-61.
Yeah.
And 0-3 in the postseason. So you look at that and you go, whatever. But dude, you'd go, okay, well, in that same span with a lesser quarterback, you'd be 21-71.
Totally agree.
You know what I mean? Like
have people so soon forgotten the Harrington days? Joey Harrington, and
Scott Mitchell outside of the one good year,
and Drew Stanton, Don Mikowski. You flounder around trying to find the guy, and I've always been a Stafford fan. I've always thought from day one, like, holy shit, this guy's got it.
I think he in no way hurts the team and makes the team as good as they can be.
He's a vastly positive player.
Yeah. And he doesn't get in trouble. He doesn't he's what you want out of your face of an organization.
If the biggest downside on the guy is he can't win the big game, and a reasonable counter to that is it's a team game, it's not all up to him.
Yeah.
And you can surround him by a better team, because we all recognize this has not been a good team around him.
Yep.
Then how can you go on that? How can that be your reason for not signing him? The guy's done everything right.
Yep.
As you say, off the field, on the field. He's demonstrated toughness, grit,
yeah,
a willingness to go above and beyond, play injured.
And he holds virtually every record of that means anything as far as offense and passing goes. I mean, he holds them all as far as most yards.
You're talking about the team records, yeah.
Completions, TDs. He's got 187 touchdowns. The next closest is Bobby Lane with 118.
Yeah, people get hung up on this. Well, it's the richest NFL contract in history. Well, just until the next one.
Yeah. They're all, the last one to get done is if it's anybody in the top 12 of quarterbacks. I mean, shit, Derek Carr just signed a 5-year, $125 million deal.
Right. $25 million a year. This went 27. They could have, had they franchised Stafford for a couple years, he would have been earning $29 million. So you settle in the middle, you lock him up. You don't have that contentiousness of, fuck you, we're franchising you, fuck you, I don't want to sign with you long term.
Yep.
And seems reasonable to me. Reasonable in this market. I know it's fucking unbelievable and unreasonable, but in that market, in that la-la land of the NFL, that's a reasonable contract in my mind.
It is what it is. Like you go to where the market dictates, and the numbers are set each year. Each year, it's like, okay, this guy signed for this, and so what are you going to tell Matt Stafford? You're not even as good as Derek Carr. You're not worth his money.
Right.
That would be a slap in the face. It'd be an insult to a guy that's 29 in the prime of his career. Fastest of anybody in the history of the NFL to 30,000 yards, I think.
So when Matt Ryan signs next year,
he'll go for $30 million or
he
something
will.
a year. You know,
and Kirk Cousins is on the cusp of getting. He's worked the franchise tag to perfection.
Yeah,
and he's worked timing to perfect. He's just in the greatest situation ever because he's not as good as Stafford in my opinion. Not even close.
No.
But
that's
he's
a
guy,
weird one, man.
He's a guy where you could, if you're the Redskins, go. Are you telling me he's not as good as Stafford? You telling me he's not as good as Carr? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. It's weird how teams don't really want him. Like, there's not. Like, if Matt Stafford went on the market, you'd have a bidding war between half the league that would go in an instant. But you know, someone like Cousins, who's shown great signs. Like, he's had some amazing games and won some great games and pulled out victories. I mean, he's had some great moments in his young career, and yet it's like,
Yeah, there's something that gives you pause about him.
And by all accounts, he's like a good dude in the locker room, like a teammate, and he's not going to be in trouble. He's not going to make things difficult for your PR team. And
there's just a little bit of a feeling, though, that he's doing it with smoke and mirrors. Like, he's not as physically dominant as like a Stafford. He just doesn't have the physical tools or something. I don't know. That's my feeling.
Yeah, both of those state quarterbacks. Who's the other one that's playing for the Niners now?
Hoyer.
Who I like Hoyer, but you still just go, is it real? What's going on
he's
here?
He's not a good starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is he a second string? Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think if that's who you're counting on for your Niners this year, it's not going to be a great year for you.
Counting on my Niners for shit, but the other news locally, sad news, is we mentioned it in the open, is Jud Heathcote.
Jud
passes
down
away.
Goes Jud. By all accounts, a great guy.
Yeah.
I'd never met him, but I have friends who had and taken, a basketball coaching class with him. And you know who did? One of the guys who did was Bull. Our boy Bull from high school.
Yep.
He was really close with Jud. Jud hooked him up with a high school job in the area.
Yeah.
And he got to know him pretty well. He's great.
Yeah, he was a mentor to him.
Great guy by all accounts, Jud Heathcote.
I think of Jud, I mean, we just were too young in the 70s or 80s when he was really making his run. I think he retired from Sparty in 95.
95. Oh, dude, I absolutely have memories of Jud as the Spartans coach.
But I didn't go to Michigan State, and I wasn't a huge college basketball fan. And so I just was like, whatever, But I remember more so seeing pictures of him in like a weird suit, like a checkered suit or something.
Yeah,
really
you go back in the
popular
70s, and they've got those tweed jackets on and stuff. But he was famous for just like freaking out and pulling on his hair and banging his head and stuff. He had some great meltdowns.
Well, he died last night at the age of 90, lived in Spokane, Washington since he retired in 95 and turned the reins over to his self-named successor, Tom Izzo. That's kind of an interesting story there. And Izzo said in a statement, Michigan State has lost one of its icons today, and yet nothing can erase his impact on the program, the players he coached, and the coaches he mentored. Spartan basketball is what it is today because of Jud Heathcote.
No question.
Big Magic Johnson. What did he have to say? My college coach, Jud Heathcote, will be missed so much. He was a great man and basketball coach who truly cared about me on and off the court. At MSU, he pushed me in the classroom and coached me hard on the basketball court. I loved him so much because he pushed me to be great.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson, what has he done?
Coach Heathcote made me a better person, player, and champion. He turned a young kid into a man. Thank you so much for all you did for me.
He's got AIDS.
Not Jud. Heathcote finished with a 340 and 220 record. That's not bad.
Not
340
bad,
and 220.
Look at Tom in the bottom left corner of that picture right there.
Oh, wow. Look how young he looks.
Yeah.
Where's Mooch?
Yeah, did you know that Tom and Mooch were good friends from northern Michigan?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Steve
Ironhead?
Mariucci.
Where are they from? Like Iron Mountain or something? Only Izzo has coached in and won more games at MSU. I thought this was an interesting story. Perhaps the biggest victory in Heathcote's career didn't even come on the court. 2 years before he retired, Heathcote battled with then MSU athletic director Marilee Dean Baker and the school's administration to name Izzo as the coach in waiting. Heathcote had hired Izzo as a grad assistant in '83 and managed to lure him back from Tulsa after a short stay there, and kept him in East Lansing until he took over for the 95-96 season. I had to orchestrate the hiring of Tom through trustees because most people wanted to open it up and see who would apply for the job, and then some wanted a black coach. But I felt Tom deserved the job. He'd been there 12 years. He'd gotten better in the job every single year. Tom was a tireless worker and had a passion for the game, so that combination, in my mind, I knew he was going to be a good coach.
Yeah, that's the truth. He was a huge recruiter at that point, and he was his key assistant for many years.
That's great.
But I remember the final game of Heathcote because I almost fucking ripped my head off and kicked it down the road, dude, down Gunson Street.
Can you even do that?
They lost to Weber State in the first round of the NCAAs, and that was like a Sean Respert, Eric Snow team.
Yeah.
You know, not the greatest team. They were 14-4.
Certainly better than Weber State.
Yeah, they were second in the Big Ten that year, and
what were the
first round losses?
Do you remember what the seeds were for Weber State and Michigan State? Would it have been like a 8 versus 7, or would it have been like a 12 versus 4?
Probably a 12-4, something like that.
Wow, so it was a big upset.
Yeah.
11-3.
11-3.
Even worse.
Lost at 72-79.
Ooh. We actually blame my boy Vinny, who you know very well.
Oh, I know Vinny, sure.
Vinny, my roommate at the time, happened upon Jud Heathcote in a gym locker room hot tub that day, where they both took a nude hot tub. So the day before
Sure.
Heathcote's supposed to leave for this game, Vinny takes the liberty of sitting in a hot tub nude with Jud Heathcote.
Right.
Describes his pube track as totally salt and pepper.
Yeah.
But he gives, as Jud is getting out of this hot tub nude in front of Vinny, Vinny takes, it's the first thing he says to the guy the whole time. Hey, Jud, good luck this weekend. Go get Weber State. He turned around and said, hey, thanks, buddy. Go Spartans.
No way.
Yeah, so we blame Vinny for that.
Yeah, I would blame Vinny for
You
that
would
too.
never wish a man luck with his
dong
balls
hanging out. Yeah. Did he have any description at all of the what we're dealing with?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm not going to spit on a man's grave.
So, I'm just kind of confused here. I don't know where on campus like a hot tub would be that not just
Off
Coach
campus,
Heathcote.
dude. Off campus.
What kind of bathhouse were these guys hanging out in?
You ever been to Franklin Racket Club? Same type of deal, man. You go in the locker room. We've talked about this. The old men, that generation.
Yeah.
It's like General Washington time.
Yeah.
Washington passing the Potomac, righty?
Yeah.
Crossing the Potomac with his leg up.
Yeah.
They're just standing there nude, balls hanging down to their knees.
Yeah.
And that's what they do, man. They take nude hot tubs and stuff.
Why is there no shame in the game of that generation? Why is because dude, we used to
But
go
the
with.
funny thing is there's
God
shame-
damn it, Marcel. Uwe had a what was it? The Southfield one. What was his thing?
No, I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Something CC or whatever. It was his club, and he fucking Uwe loved going to the club, and he loved where he could take his boys. Boys, let's go to the club. And so he'd want to go into the steam room and stuff, and we'd all be like, yeah, man. But Uwe would walk around just nude as the day is long.
I always felt like there was a flavor of like, I'm not gay. I don't mind walking around like this. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
And if you've got a problem with it, what are you, gay?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of feel from that generation.
But there would be guys in
How
there.
about some couth, man? Just some general couth. Like, I get it. You got to be nude for a second. You just took a shower, like towel
Sure.
off, and then get dressed.
Yeah.
Why are you reading the paper? Why are you taking a lap?
The paper readers. Oh,
Why
the
are you
nude
blow
paper
drying
readers.
your pubes?
Yeah. Well, I noticed this other thing too. It's like Uwe had his way, and it was like, fine, he's fine. You know, he's a big fucking German dude, and he's walking around, and he's in no hurry to put pants on or anything. But there were other guys
No
where it'd be
pants
like,
are going to tell him what to do.
absolutely not. When he's good and ready was his attitude. But there would also be like a couple Jewish guys over here in the corner, and they'd be fat bellied, and they'd just be standing there, both of them
Yes.
having a conversation. And it's like, dude, you have a button dick. You have a button dick,
know.
and you have no shame in your game. You're standing there with what looks like the tip of a helmet and a whop, just a pow of bush. And it's like, how is there no shame?
Yeah,
When-
and why do so many old men have such tiny little button dicks, like you said?
I don't know. And it's like, I would just think like you'd turn around and like open your locker doors, kind of stick your dick in there a little bit and just give it a good shake. Just get the best you could out
Just
of it.
wake it up.
Just make the best out of a horrible situation. But it's like, no. Oh, whatever. So it's inside my gut. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man, because I don't feel like...
Certainly generational, because that generation, they all did it. You never
Yeah.
saw an old man getting hurriedly dressed. Whereas now you do see younger guys still walk around nude a little bit, but it's not the entire generation.
Yeah. Maybe it has to do with, a lot of those guys were in the military, and you didn't have time. You had bigger things to worry about than what your dick looked like in the nude in front of all your friends. I mean, maybe there's something there where it's like...
Yeah, and they probably grew up more in public shower situations at school and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't know, man.
Odd to me.
It never felt comfortable to me. Never. All right, let's take on that note, talking about old men's tiny button dicks. Why don't we take a quick break, and then I'll tell you what's going on with Domino's Pizza teaming up with Ford.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and then God, did you hear about that murder in Farmington Hills?
I did. Out the window?
Yeah. Holy shit. We'll get into that and more next. The kid's been charged. That's why I bring it up. We'll do that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hi, everyone. This is Kelly Menino, your event coordinator for the Hamlin Pubs. Did you know that Hamlin Pubs offer 2 private rooms at each location, both located in Shelby Township? We specialize in all kinds of events, from bridal and baby showers, dinner rehearsals, to corporate luncheons and wedding receptions. My team is committed to making your occasion your most memorable event. Give me a call today so that we can plan your next event. Call me at 586-596-1425 or visit our website at hamlinpubs.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay making our way through the week. And kind of had to wrap things up in a hurry yesterday as the team had to skedaddle. Jay, you had to be somewhere, and E had somewhere important to be. More importantly,
doctor appointment, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to, have a HIPAA violation here or anything, but
good point.
It seems our subcontractor had to run off to a foot doctor appointment. Is that right?
With his foot fetish, or
no? This would be the nasty yeast infection he has going on his toes.
Almost forgot about that. Yeah.
He's got toes like a monster. For any new listeners, I don't know what episode that is offhand, but it's probably a show sample. Check out our DetroitCast.com. There you will find some show samples under the Interact tab. This is probably a show sample where we find out how disgustingly gross E's feet are.
Yeah, and he almost forced it on us. It was like he wanted to be found out, because he was like, I think we're having a debate.
I think the burden of it was finally starting to get to me. I don't know what it was.
It was something about we were challenging him, like, we were saying, would you rather be fingered or toed by E?
Yes, exactly.
And I was like, oh, dude, definitely toe. Look at those fingers. Those are gross. Why would I want to be fingered by that?
And
he made a comment. Dude, believe me, you'd rather be fingered. And it was like, whoa, hold on.
If you listen back, it took him 2 or 3 times. It was like he was desperate for attention. He was desperately wanted it to be
cry
known.
for help.
A total cry for help. Because it was like, trust me, probably fingered. I was like, no, man, look at those fingernails are gross. I'd rather be fingered.
No, trust me. No.
No. Trust me, you do not want to be towed by me. I'm just saying.
At which time we required E to remove his socks and discovered monster toes.
Well,
creature toes.
Yeah, they were very wizard-ish.
It was something out of a horror movie, dude.
Yeah.
They were long. They're red. They look hot,
painful, and they look like what you would expect. Like when you think of that 400-year-old wizard with the great gray beard and the pointy hat and a robe, and if he's sandaled, you would expect him to just have those nasty
evil wizard. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, evil wizard for sure. That's what it
were
looked
curled
like.
under. Some were brown, some were black, greenish.
Yeah, I don't. One of them might not have had
perhaps.
one. It was a mess. The only time I think there was a louder reaction in the room, and it's neck and neck, was when E pulled up that picture of that guy, that chick's ass, quote unquote, and then the picture widened and it was a dude's ass, and he was just getting fucking hammered by another guy,
balls deep.
And
it was Eggplant Friday or whatever. We first discovered Eggplant Friday.
Right,
we're perusing some shots,
and I was like, "Oh, look at this one!" And Jay was taking issue with the guy's tan line or something. Like, what kind
I was just like, God, what kind of
that?
chick? What a weird tan line that chick has. Look at that.
Oh, it would have been weird if it was a chick's tan line. Oh God, no! And then it opened up and it was like, ta-da! Boom! Guy balls deep in another guy's butthole. And this room exploded with excitement and laughter. It was hilarious.
So back to E's feet.
Yeah. Do you have any guesses as to what the reaction of his... do you have a lady doctor or a man doctor?
Lady doctor.
What his lady doctor would say. Because I have an opinion as to what I think she was going to say when she saw
I think
him
they have to be
yesterday.
overall discouraged because we're a year out, dude. We're a year out from that first visit where he was told to put the balm on.
Over a year.
He was expressly told to put the balm on.
I think it was a year ago that he got an update 6 months later, and they looked way better.
No. No.
Now.
I started going in first weekend of August or something last year.
I remember at last inspection, they looked better. They didn't look as hot. It appeared that a couple of the toes were looking a little better. Somebody did the service on Facebook of circling certain ones and criticizing others.
Yeah.
It seemed to me that there were several that were looking better, but definitely not there yet.
Yeah.
There's still an infection going on, some gross fungal matters that need to be taken care of.
Well,
and so E, where are we on that? You went in yesterday.
We just saw this the other day. I don't know if you were paying attention then, Jay, but when we had all those guests here, one of the things they demanded was to see his toes, and then they were trying to figure out what they were looking at. And it's like, oh my God, it looks like an eclipse. Like his big toenail, the way the curvature of the.
He's completely carved out a weird curvature on his toenail.
Yeah.
Normally you reflect that bevel of your toe or your finger as you cut.
Yeah.
He's gone in. Which looks extremely painful.
Which can be described as kind of an eclipsing sun or Mac the Knife when they did those McDonald's commercials. Think along those lines. My thought is she's going to go, Jesus, E, you were on such a good track. What the fuck happened? You've gone back 10 steps.
Yeah.
That's my thought. Now.
Regression.
That was not her thought.
So she was being
She
nice.
had no. Well, okay. She had the same thought I did, which is it was discouraging in the sense that you're right. About 3 months ago, 4 months ago, it seemed like it was on a good path, and it seemed like it just plateaued. Like it didn't get worse. It didn't seem to get worse to me, but it didn't seem to get better. And that's what I told her. I said I feel like it seems to not have gotten worse, but not gotten better.
Were you honest in that you're not putting the balm on every day?
I was exactly honest. I said that I had a week.
Yeah, you
where I had a
busy week, EDM.
where I didn't do it, but she
Beat
said
was
that's
dropping.
not really a big deal as long as you're doing it normally 1 day a week. 1 week.
No, you don't tell
one
me
day.
something like
I
that
was
because
just gonna
what
say,
he
is
just
she
learned was
insane?
I only have to do it once a week, every other
No,
week now.
no.
That's
I
what the doctor said.
No.
that's
The only
criminal.
reason I didn't do it on that trip was because I just wasn't taking showers every day when I was camping, and I just didn't. It would just been a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
to
you're
do
focused, like Jay said, on the beat drop. I get it.
But she rounded them off again for me and like sanded them down a little bit, and that's supposed to hopefully
One of
this
those
will
belt sanders.
Yeah.
hopefully this will
Dumb
help
and
the medicine get in there and do its job
Did
better.
she up the prescription? I
No.
think she has to come a little stronger.
No, she just said to keep washing them and keep
Yeah.
putting the stuff on. Be back there in 3 months.
Are you ignoring the
She is
washing
hoping-
part? Are you?
No, I'm
You're claiming
washing.
to put the balm on. Are you actually washing?
No, I'm not ignoring that. I'm actually I don't use body wash still on myself every time I shower, but every time I shower I do wash my toes. And then dry them, and I'm doing everything I did before still, using a different towel every time.
Is there a
putting on new
danger of
socks.
infecting other parts of your body with that as you wash your toes and you reach up to your dick hole or something?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, you've
spreading
got
an
a
infection.
yeast infection, essentially. You've
It's a
got
fair
fungus.
question.
I
It's
don't
actually a
know.
fair question.
I don't know the answer to that, I guess.
I think I'm seeing what's going on here. I think we've got a doctor that while she wants to help E a little bit, she likes the return business. And if she just keeps stringing this guy along, obviously he's up for it. That's where you get hints like, oh, yeah, as long as you're doing it like once a week or something, you're good.
Yeah.
It's like,
No,
and
that's not what she
20
said.
years
She
from now,
wa-
he'll
she-
still be walking in the door. I don't know what it is, Doc. Still not clearing up. on me.
Pretty sparse waiting room, is it? E?
No, she wants. I don't believe that for a size. Ridiculous. What a ridiculous statement.
Hey man, there's more money in the not in the cure. That's not where they make their money.
I know.
It's not in
you're
the
right.
cure.
You're all right
It's
about
the
that.
treatment where the money is made. So E, you're a walking checkbook. She sees
Well,
you
I
come
don't
in the
even
door.
really. She doesn't actually charge me for the visits. I just have to pay for the ointment every time
she's
it's out.
getting a kickback on the ointment. She's making a killing off that. She's like, yeah, dude, come on in for free. No big deal. Just keep paying.
Does she know how many more months you're on your dad's insurance?
Yeah, you'll be cured in two.
It'd be
years.
amazing.
I can't
1
be
year, 6 months,
38
and
and
3 days from now,
25
you'll
at
be
the same
cured.
time. I mean, the idea that I was whatever.
Well, let's see him then, and we'll make the call on how these things are coming along.
God,
keep them on your side.
Come on, E. Don't belabor this. We don't have all day.
She's got new socks on. Yeah, you know what's going to happen, so just own it. Man up and own it. Give us the worst example, the worst one.
Oh, E, they still look hot to me.
what are you talking
They look
about?
red and hot. They
I don't
just
even
look-
know what you're talking. I literally don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
it looks
about.
hot, full of
They look warm.
infection.
Yeah, fuck
Right?
you.
Hot to
No.
the touch.
You don't
Here
even
we
know
go.
what you're fucking an idiot.
No,
You're
I'm
a
not.
fucking
Jesus.
idiot. You don't
Now
have
the
to
name
know.
calling. Now
I
the
know
name
red.
calling.
They
when I
don't
see
look
red.
good. What do you mean red?
Oh,
What are
they're
you talking about? They're literally
Distinctly
no, if
red.
you took away the toes.
Oh, don't criticize Mike's
Oh, were you gonna
beautiful
point at
feet.
my toes?
Look at
They're
those
no
beautiful
different.
feet, Mike.
Okay.
Healthy as hell.
He started to point at mine like he was going to insult
Yeah.
mine. Like
No.
we're in the
I'm not
same
insulting
category.
yours, but there's no difference.
Those
in
are
this
textbook
red
feet, Mike. They're
crap.
beautiful.
Thank you.
This whole
Appreciate
thing of the
that.
red.
No, the red. It's hot. It just looks.
What are you
It's
talking? You are
screaming.
seriously
Which
blind.
pig are you?
It's like
are
it's
you accusing
screaming.
of being red? The
Talking
red.
about the biggest pig.
You're such a fucking liar. It's
No,
unreal.
pull up
the
yeah,
other
I
one.
know.
Let's see the other one.
Well, he's a fucking liar.
I'm not lying, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, you are.
allegedly he's lying.
No, it's a
no,
fact.
it's alleged at this
It's
point.
a fact.
Oh boy, those.
Boy, that
big pig.
Yeah.
The third pig looks angry to me.
Wait, which pig goes to market?
Fuck you.
Is it the big,
We.
the one that
This
goes
one,
to
what about the one eating roast beef?
the roast beef one doesn't look great, but the one that goes wee all the way home
Yeah.
looks angry, and the one, and the big pig it's the big pig that goes to market.
This little piggy went to market. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So-
little piggy stayed home. This little piggy ate roast beef. It's the one eating roast
It's really
beef. It
funny
doesn't
for
look
someone
right.
like so what your toes are better than me. Like the idea, like are you saying
It's overall
something.
health of our subcontractor. We're concerned, sir.
Well,
and
it should
it's
be-
something. My toes are better than yours. It's a check mark for me, dude. Why are you trying to bring me down? Just because you know the little pig that goes to market looks like it's fucking murdering itself.
Really healthy toes, Mike. Those are great.
Thank you. I appreciate
Did a
that.
good job with
It wasn't
those.
always that way. You know, I could be accused of letting the nails grow long and, you know, getting into some dangerous territory, but I've taken it more seriously as I've gotten older.
When's the next visit?
3 months.
Okay. Quarterly.
You're not in a stew, are you? You okay?
Fine.
I mean, you've lashed, but I don't know if you're in a stew. You called me. You called Jay a liar multiple times and a fucking idiot, which was nice. And then you tried to attack my toes. So
Well, I wasn't really going after your toes. I was just it's funny with another person a level of health to make fun of my health.
oh, now you're attacking my health too. Thanks. That's great.
Gentlemen?
Find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug.
Buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful times of a person's life. Doug Steinert at Century 21 Campbell wants to make the sale of your old home or the purchase of your dream home as stress-free as possible. Call Douglas at 248-765-1781. Let him and the team at Century 21 Campbell make your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call him, 248-765-1781. Ask for a fellow Detroit Cast listener,
Douglas!
Hey, are you a fan of Domino's Pizza?
You know, I used to be a big fan back when they had that 30-minute guarantee. Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
middle school, early high school?
Yes.
Dude, I used to turn my lights off, close the blinds,
Yeah.
everything, and just pray for like a 32-minute arrival time.
Yeah.
Because
Would you call them out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're 32 minutes, you're 34 minutes. Usually they'd walk up and the delivery dude would, yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
And I think it was half off. I don't think it was free.
I thought it was free, 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
Maybe. But I just remember ordering like a small pizza. I had very little money then, and it was
Sure.
just like, fuck, am I hungry?
Yeah.
I'm going to order a pizza, and then just turning everything off and praying.
Yeah.
And
Let
so
them sit at the
you know,
door.
you're looking to make $6 or something. But, you know, there's $6 in my pocket. So
Sure. Do you remember when they stopped doing that and why?
Yeah, somebody got in an accident, right? Killed somebody.
I think the problem was people were just hauling
Yes.
balls through neighborhoods. Like,
Yep.
I got a minute and a half to get there. And so it was like, okay, we got to pull this back down a notch. So
Yeah.
you can't have pizza car delivery guys doing 90 in a subdivision trying to save $6.
We had a buddy, Dano. We've spoken about Dano in the past, not a
Yeah.
ton, but he was a Domino's guy.
Yeah.
And he was famous for always showing up in his Domino's pizza delivery outfit, even when he wasn't working.
Yeah, for parties.
Yeah,
He'd show up like that.
just wear it. Loved it.
Yeah, Dano is the older brother of Shawnee, who Merck
Beat up with
famously.
his hands duct taped behind his back.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep.
It all ties together.
It all comes full circle. Do you remember the time? I'll never forget it. Like, we were all at Osterbeck's house. Like, I don't know, it's probably noon, so we're probably on our second case of beer. And
Are we
we're-
on the roof at that point or in the living room area?
I think we're in the living room area, and now the day's gone on a little bit, and Dano had to work a shift at Domino's, and he shows up after his shift, and I think he had the pizza bag even in his hand. He's wearing full dress Domino's outfit, and he's tanner than fuck. Do you remember when Dan came in? It's like, and he was just like, "What's up, guys?" And we're all just like, "Dude, what?" I've never seen someone so tan. I saw you yesterday. What the fuck happened? And he was just like, "What? What?" And I don't know if he like laid out all day long, but he just became like black tan.
I don't remember that, but he
dude.
wasn't above tanning beds.
No,
right?
he must have tanning bed.
Yeah, he
gone
loved that
there.
shit. He'd frost his tips, all that
Yeah,
shit.
he didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a sweet car too.
The
He always had
Trans Am.
The Trans Am. Just,
Was it an 87 Trans?
maybe, but I think him and his dad built the engine or some shit, worked on it together, and so that was a fun car. He could lay rubber just like for a block.
That was a fun car.
Anyway, this has nothing to do with Domino's and the Ford Fusion. Well, very little, but the Domino's and Ford are teaming up together to do a thing where they're having driverless delivery in Ann Arbor. This is going to start up. So they're testing this concept today, starting today, to see whether customers like the idea of driverless car delivery. The pizza chain isn't sure whether its customers will be eager to go outside because you got to go out. The car's not going to drive up to your porch.
Wow.
But then you don't have to talk to some dude.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? You don't have to talk to that guy at the porch. Or even worse, the old man. Oh, the old man kills me.
The guy
dude.
that you try to give a tip to, and he's like, "Oh man, all I have is 10s and 20s. I
Yeah.
could run back and get change for that."
Dude, it's no big deal. For
No,
real.
dude, just take the 10.
Yeah. I had a guy show up a couple weeks ago. Older gentleman. Definitely not a career.
On his second or third career.
And my phone rings.
He passed on the Walmart greeting spot.
Yeah, my phone rings. Hello. Hi, this is Al, your Domino's driver. I was like, hello, Al. I figured he was lost somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like, there's not proper lighting on the walkway up to the porch, and I don't feel safe walking up there. Would you mind coming out here and getting your pie?
I don't blame Al,
And I
to
was
be
like,
honest.
yeah,
I've seen your
no
walkway.
problem. Yeah.
This was during the winter months? Or?
No, this is just a couple weeks ago. It was like not that bad. It's like, oh, man. Because, some stoner would just be like, whatever, dude, traipsing through the shit.
Wait, what was it? It was weeds coming up between your bricks or what?
No, it's actually
it was
cleaned
just
off
dark
now.
enough where
it was
you
just dark.
just was uncomfortable.
And the lighting wasn't a lot.
Yeah. That sounds like Al has used that move before.
Probably.
He knows that rule.
Yeah.
He's talked to his manager about it, and the manager's like, look, Al, if you're not comfortable, just call
Don't
the
do
person
it.
and have him come out.
Yeah.
Please do not do something you're uncomfortable with, Al.
Yeah. The last thing we need is you tripping and rolling an ankle,
breaking a hip, whatever.
Going into some dangerous terrain that you're not fully able to see. It's
So
not
did
lit
you hold
properly.
that against him, having to go out?
I didn't. I thought it was
Didn't
adorable.
withhold a buck or anything?
No, I didn't. I hooked him up pretty well. Dude, I feel so bad because I know,
That guy
and
doesn't want to be doing that.
Yeah, I pray that it's like, his wife is just like nagging him, like, get out of the house,
Yeah.
Al. I know you're retired, but get out of the
He's
house.
independently wealthy. He's
Yeah.
just doing this for fun. He's
Yeah.
not, Mike. He's not.
That's my fear.
Yeah, that's why you got to hook those guys up.
Well, I don't know what it is, and maybe it's just like I'm stereotyping or something, but when I see driver, I think, he has to be doing that. When I see, like, golf starter, I don't.
Yeah,
and I don't know why that is. Walmart greeter, I'm on the fence. Because that could easily be just some guy that's like, hello, folks, welcome to Walmart,
Yeah.
And waving, and
I like
he doesn't
people.
need
I'm
to.
a people person. My name's Howard.
Yeah, that's my nightmare, dude, is being like 80 and
still
having to
having to
deliver
work.
pizzas. Like, oh, shit.
No, seeing servers or delivery people like that, it's like,
Yeah.
you got to hook them up. They're not doing that for fun.
Yeah, yep. Something went awry in the process, So they're not sure people will want this. I wouldn't mind it. Domino's has always been the leader in pizza delivery, and of course we remember the 30 minutes or less guarantee.
And they're right there in Ann Arbor. It makes sense.
For Ford, partnering with Domino's provides a way to interact with a sophisticated company in the food delivery business as it develops self-driving vehicles. Over the next several weeks, randomly selected Domino's customers in Ann Arbor will be asked whether they are willing to participate in the project and receive their delivery from a self-driving Ford Fusion hybrid. Who's going to turn that down? I mean, if they come, would you mind if a car with no one in it comes and brings you your pizza? Like, hell yeah, bring it on, man. I want to see this thing.
I don't know. I could see people going, dude, I don't want to be a guinea pig. I don't want this thing going to the wrong address. I just want my pizza.
Yeah.
Don't put me in this queue.
See, I'm
just
taking
send
it.
Al. Send Al.
Yeah.
I'll walk down and meet Al.
Well, while the vehicle, and this is the part where I was like, oh, this is a scam. This is bullshit. This is just free advertising for the Fusion and Domino's today. Get them trending.
I was going to say,
While
the
the
vehicle is going to be driving with no human being through the roads of Ann Arbor?
I'm going to tell you the answer to that, E. While the vehicle will actually be driven by a Ford engineer.
What?
And staffed with researchers, the customer will think it is driving itself. The windows will be tinted to prevent the customer from seeing the driver. Michigan laws don't allow the delivery vehicle to operate on public streets in a full self-driving mode, even though the vehicle is capable of doing so. So it's not a driverless car. This guy's driving it there and just lying to you and saying,
We take back everything we said. We'll fix this in post. Not giving them free advertising like this. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. Tomfoolery. Wool has been pulled.
Wool is definitely being pulled. This is a total. The customer will receive a text when the vehicle arrives and then go out to the car and meet Tom, Jerry, Steve, Pete, all the engineers and whatever.
So it's just a social experiment, whether people will be okay with this?
No, they'll be out there like, your pizza has arrived. Your pizza has arrived. And then you go out there and the windows are black, so you think that, and then it's like you type in the last 4 digits of your cell phone, and then the window goes, and this little box pops out with your pizza in it. It's meant to perfectly keep it warm and not let it spin around. And then if you stand there gawking, the car will be like, would you please get the fuck out of way? Need to leave, need to leave, need to leave. And then it'll do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and then if you, for some reason, if you like took your pizza out and set your cell phone in there, it would go, hey, shit face, you forgot your cell phone. Please take it now. Like, who's doing that?
How's it
cell phone in the box?
driving? How's it self-driven at all? Then, if it's illegal, I mean, what are they doing inside of there?
I guess they're just checking stuff out. They're really hoping there's going to be problems when they start doing this that they're not thinking of. Because the engineer nerds don't think of like necessarily practical real world issues that might come up. They're thinking mathematically, more like that's just the way their brain works. I did take a little bit of issue with this because people are like, well, it's going to put drivers out of service, out of business. And like, no, plenty of shit jobs for them to do still. Don't worry, plenty.
Run over to McDonald's, make $15 an hour. That's where it's going.
And then they ended it with this sentence. And frankly, there are some places where maybe your driver will not want to drive. Is that a dog whistle?
Ooh.
Because that sounded like a dog whistle to me. Because basically, you're not saying Bloomfield Hills. You know what I mean? You're not saying, I don't want to deliver in Ann Arbor, but you're basically saying, yeah, fuck all. I ain't going into Detroit to deliver pizzas. Send the robot in. I'm not dealing with those people.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dog whistle thing to end the story with, but...
that's a fucked up story, man.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So it's totally about a self-driving car that brings you pizza, except it doesn't drive itself.
Yeah.
It's actually stacked. Usually when you get pizzas, it has less drivers than what will currently be in this model, where it will have 5.
Okay.
Teenager charged with killing his mom in Farmington Hills.
Guy.
Wow.
Pushed her out the window, right? Second story window?
Yeah. Did you see that house?
No.
Looks nice, man. One of those big-ass Farmington Hills houses. Yeah, this 16-year-old. He's been formally charged with second-degree murder now. Suspect was video arraigned Monday in the which court?
I don't remember. The one that we went to for MIPs.
47th District. Yes. Yes, that one.
Yeah, the one on 11 Mile and Orchard Lake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The one on no. It's isn't 47th District at kind of by Shiawassee. Yeah,
10 Mile and Shiawassee.
Oh yeah. I think
10 in Orchard.
I think I had a parking space there, a reserved spot. That was the one where the judge was going off on that chick and that guy in full painter's gear in the back of the one. Don't stick it in too far, Your Honor. Just the whole courtroom. Don't stick it in too far, Your Honor, as he's reaming this chick out.
Yeah.
Oh, painter guy had it. It's one of those moments, you know? Anyway, this goes back to August 21st. Police and fire were dispatched to this house following 911 of a serious accident that occurred. The victim is Nada Harani, 35 years old, fell through the upstairs window at her house and landed on the pavement below. Oof. Died at the scene. Her 3 kids were there.
Yeah, we know one of them was there.
For sure one of them was there. So anyway, all 3 were home at the time of the incident. The son was taken into custody after detectives at the scene discovered evidence indicating the fall was not the result of an accident. I wonder what kind of evidence that would be.
Could be anything. Could be him shuddering in the corner, shivering like a chihuahua, admitting to it. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, that I would think they would say he admitted to it while shivering like a chihuahua in the corner. But if it was like if they found like
that's not cop speak though.
Well,
we found affirmative evidence.
What do you have, sir?
Indicating the perpetrator has perpetrated this possible crime, the alleged crime.
It's all alleged at this point. I want to make that very clear. We're still investigating. However, rumor is he was shaking like a chihuahua in the corner as he cried and admitted it.
I mean, glass shards in the back of her head that were impaled as she got pushed out. Who knows?
Good call. I was thinking like if
defensive wounds on him.
What if he pushed her hard enough and left 2 bruised handprints on her back? That would do it, right?
Oh, you're thinking face first. I'm thinking back first.
Okay, so the handprints are on the titties.
Okay, it's kind of gross. It's your mom.
I know, but it was pushing. We're still investigating what's obviously a very sensitive matter. It sounds like there were some rough times. Neighbors are given like, yeah, it was kind of some dark times over here. I don't want to go into details, but there were a few things going on, and I don't know what that means. And so they're just kind of doing that, string you along, like, oh, I've got a great juicy story, but I'm not going to tell you. Hate when people do that. But she was going through a divorce. We know that. She was a fitness instructor at the Franklin Athletic Club here in Southfield.
Wow, 2 mentions of Franklin Racket Club in 1 episode.
I know. And then they got a shit on her husband, man. She's getting divorced. All right, that's all I needed to know. I didn't need to know that Dr. Bassel and Tawai moved out, also had his license revoked this year for allegedly scamming Blue Cross and Medicaid.
Well, you do a little digging, a couple Bing searches, and there you go, right?
Exactly. One good Bing search turns up, medical license stripped. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering, state officials also cited him on negligence, incompetence, lack of good moral character, lack of ethical business practice.
Sounds like the type of guy who would have a kid who'd push his mom out the window to me.
Kind of it sounds like to me. They are going to charge him as an adult, though. He's facing life. Anyway.
Hey, everybody, Hamlin Pub, September 16th, what, 5-ish?
Yeah, I think
5-ish, 6-ish?
I think I put 6 in the post I put up, but 5 o'clock is good. And I know some people are calling ahead and making reservations already.
Yeah, you can do that. Get reservations.
Yeah.
If you like at 22 and Hayes.
22 and Hayes.
They're ready for us. Should be a good time.
It will be a good time.
Any more details we can give the people? I know there'll be valuable prizes. It'll be fun time. It'll be very interactive.
Yes.
Like nothing we've done before. You don't want to miss it.
Study your history. You don't have to, but if you want to, it'll be fun. Yeah, and have some beers and some food with us. It's always a good time to hang out. Sorry, dude, I ran long on you there. I know you got some email. What do you got?
You know, I'll do one quick email from Mark. King, your fitness rant on the cyclist and hiker's gear had me laugh. The rant needs to be extended to Harley-Davidson guys. Every family has an Uncle Pirate they know. Doughy, supple, middle-aged dude playing out a badass fantasy. Bonus points for the supportive wife on back thinking about choices she's made in life. Dude, tons of forearm tats, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we know Uncle Pirate. We all have one.
Yeah, I don't, actually. I don't have an Uncle Pirate. I might have had an Uncle Pirate, but he died.
Yeah, well, that's the
He was
problem
kind
with
of on the
Harley,
edge.
dude. That's, I was talking to one of our listeners who's a Harley guy, and he's like, dude, the problem is you never see a millennial riding a Harley.
Yeah.
Although they did just introduce some badass designs. I saw, like, their new model this year is fucking badass. It doesn't look dated, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
look like the old hog.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, is getting millennials interested in riding.
I know.
I don't see it happening.
You can't even get them interested in a car. How are you going to get them into a hog? By the way, I got taken to task on my what was deemed a bona fide grievance yesterday.
Is that right?
Fucking Ant-Man took it to me on Twitter.
Oh, he took it to me on Twitter, too.
Did he? Was
Not
he?
me.
What? Did he mention you on Twitter as
Said
well?
I was bona fide.
No, Ant-Man's like, get over yourself, man. Go to Walmart and get some cheap gear. What's the big deal, Jay?
Yeah. Did he call you a pussy? He called
Of course
me
he
a
did.
pussy
He called me a
and an
pussy and
man.
old man, yeah.
He was like, to mine, he was like, you a pussy and an old man. Why don't you just pick that tomato off your sandwich?
Because you shouldn't have to, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have. That's not it.
That's not it?
I shouldn't have to. And what if I wanted the tomato? You know, now I'm a tomato-less sandwich.
Yeah. You didn't, but
I didn't, but you could make that same argument with the banana pepper.
you could.
Mild pepper to some.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right. Well, let's get out of here then. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. We don't have anything else to mention, do we? You mentioned that. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.